Welcome back to the 12 fundamentals of mental and emotional health. Yesterday we briefly shared our thoughts on what emotional and mental health is. And as I shared, we will be walking through the next 12 days, or we will be walking through the 12 building blocks of fundamentals of mental and emotional health. These are to help us reset and renew our minds, and also help us make our mind our friend. Today we start with the first building block. The first building block says a healthy person, a healthy mind accepts responsibility. Responsibility for what? Responsibility for your feelings, responsibility for our attitude, and responsibility for our behavior. We are in essence in charge of our feelings, of our attitude, and our beliefs and behavior. Everything we do contributes to the atmosphere and to those around us. Your moods, your choices, your anger, your emotions will actually do positive or negative to the space that you're actually in. A typical example of this is, they made me angry. They've frustrated me. They have embarrassed me. In a few words, it's everybody's fault but mine. This is actually not the truth, because we choose how we respond and react to situations and others. We choose how we feel. When you do get mad, you actually do it all by yourself. I'll share a personal example. I am one who's a bit of a perfectionist and wants things done a certain way. And I find that during the lockdown and having to be at home longer, it has opened my eyes to probably things and a few things that are not in place or the way that I want them to be. But I have learned and seen that a lot of what and how I want these things done are not the way they are, because I have not taken the time to actually delegate and teach whoever is responsible. And therefore, it is my responsibility at this point to say, it is my fault. I take and accept the responsibility for this. Remember, sick thinkers are blame shifters. They blame others, they blame their children, they blame the system, they blame the government, and they blame everyone and everyone for other than themselves, rather than taking responsibility and owning up. The healthiest question you can ask yourself repeatedly throughout life is, how did I contribute to this mess or to this situation? Where can I take responsibility for the outcome and for what is presently happening around me? This gives you the power to self-determinate and get out and shift out of the blame game. How have I contributed to the mood in my home? How am I contributing to the mood in my office? Our attitude will cause people to want to be around us or to avoid us. We repel or we attract. I ask, what has your mood been like during the lockdown? Is it a mood that has set the pace for warmth in your home, for enjoyment with your family? Or is it a mood that has been caused by the tension and the uncertainty of the season? Once you start to work out your contribution, you can actually change things. When you can get yourself to think or say, the predicament I am in is not your fault, or my choices got me into this situation, will you then begin to grow? So I ask you, ask yourself today, how did I contribute to this mess or situation?